Hello, everyone. And what a game we've had. India versus England. Everyone was looking at this game very closely. Indian fans, they always say, Tugna laga nahi denge hum. And wow, what a comeback they've done. They have just blowed England out of the game, out of the park. Ah, well, beautiful. To start with, the toss and the pitch conditions. Well, England obviously won the toss, elected to field. Well, some obviously debated about it. England commentators didn't like about it. That England should have why England should have England why did they not bat first? So there was a problem. But having said that, what innings from Rohit. Rohit just played a classic innings, all-time innings. Not only he knew what was going on the pitch, but he controlled his innings to perfection. The way he started off with some attacking strokes and then sublime innings, controlled by his some running between the wickets. He knew obviously the wickets were going at the other end, and whatever he did was towards India's future, and obviously he did very well. Surya, wow, Sky. We talked about Sky. That is he going to be the key guy? And he did absolutely. Rahul is one of favorite. Rahul's favorite is Sky, and he's come with a bang. 49. He could have gone much more, but it's all right. And what a spell! Shami, my boy, what a spell! Shami did an absolute amazing spell. Bumrah, the 2 wickets he took. Oh, absolutely ripper. And well, English not looking very confident. They're at the bottom of the table. A lot of Aussie fans are giving us funny banter. They're not looking good. Hey, and what a way to start, Rohit.
Yeah, it was an amazing inning by Rohit. The way he controlled the inning, the way he controlled his aggression after knowing that the ball is being stopping, the new ball was doing something. Wokes was amazing with the new ball, and so was Willie. So after that 18 run over, Rohit did realize that the ball is doing something. And when they lost, Kohli followed by Iyer. Rohit then just pulled back his reins and then tried to rotate the strike. 34% of his runs came in singles and doubles, which is very rare for him. He did not hit pull shot as much as he would have liked. And the English bowling also cramped him for room on the offside. So there were hardly any boundaries on the offside. No cover drives in the first power play at all. There was just one cut shot that Gill played. So overall, fantastic bowling by the Englishman and good batting by Rohit and good controlled innings. And his and KL's partnership was amazing. But then they threw away their wickets, both Rohit and KL. Rohit, although he said that he wanted to take advantage of the field, that was a very crucial point. And had Surya not played what he did, which was a fantastic innings, India would be struggling at 180 odd. And the last thing on that is the way Bumrah and Kuldeep batted 3.4 overs. When both of them came together, when we lost Surya, it was 46.2 overs. And the tail batted for 22 deliveries and scored 21 runs. And then that was an amazing feat because we have always talked about the long tail India has, no real batting there. But they survived those last 4 overs and got 20 odd runs, which proved to be a lot more than 20 towards the end of the game. So amazing, amazing batting display by India.
Yeah, and how crucial was that, right? I mean, our bowlers obviously can bowl, but they can bat too, and they made sure that we stayed the 50 overs. Coming back to our bowling, oh my God, when was the last time Indian bowling looked so lethal? Was it Mohammad Shami and
The
Jasprit
world is praising
Bumrah
about it.
or no? I thought it was Waqar Yunus and Wasim Akram reincarnated while they're still alive, mind you. Um, it was fabulous to see. How many times did we hit the stumps? Seven. Seven bowls. When was the last
Yeah.
time that happened? Our bowlers bowled incredible line and lengths. And for someone like me to say that they bowled incredible line and lengths while they are doing it over there, taking seven bowls off this team, it's pointless. They bowled incredibly, but it was amazing to see that we never let the fight die, even when we started off. So the first 4 overs, we went for a lot of boundaries. I think the score was like 30 for no loss at the end of 4 overs. I didn't see any shoulders droop. My shoulders drooped. I went back to my bed and I said, I'm like, there's no point. But then I saw those two wickets from Bumrah. I'm like, oh no, no, we're not giving it up. This was an amazing match, and I will never forget it. At the same time, I think when the way Ben Stokes got bowled, the way Johnny Bairstow got bowled, the way Livingston got out, I thought England could have presented more of a challenge of an intent, not an intent to attack, an intent to stay on the crease, because the score was not a huge one to chase. Um, I'm kind of unfortunately sad about seeing that, but I was hoping for a stronger competition from the English batsmen.
They had an absolute stranglehold, I must say, from a bowling perspective. But having said that, I know we are looking super confident here. We have done very well. Even Pakistanis, Wasim and Wakar have praised our bowling lineup. So think about it. They've really done well. Shami and Bumrah are looking absolutely ominous. Now, but from a perspective, we got to be obviously digging a bit more future. We want to win the World Cup, right? So is Siraj looking a bit of a problem. I feel Siraj did start very well in the games initially, but he's looking off a little bit. He has fielded not very well. That has got into his confidence, and obviously he hasn't bowled the right length, right line, right length. He's been on leg stump. So my thinking is Ashwin needs to come back. The pitch which they showed yesterday, if they're going to continue on similar pitches, and I thought it was a fantastic pitch. Even Stevens, there was always something for the batsman, always something for the bowler. I believe that Ashwin needs to come back. Ashwin coming back. We also need to get Iyer. Iyer hasn't played great. So obviously, in place of Iyer, there is a bit of a problem there. So let's see what happens there. But from a bowling perspective, Ashwin should be in, and two bowlers, two pace bowlers is enough on this Indian pitches, which is your Siraj, which is your Shami, and then backed up by your three spinners. Again, mindful, Ashwin can bat. He's a sensible bat.
Yeah,
Be
you can.
confident with what you've got on the squad. So I think that's the way to go. Again, if Hardik Pandya comes back, nothing like it. So Hardik gives that extension of bowling. But if not, we'll stick to this lineup. Only change from my perspective would be Ashwin coming back in place of Siraj, and that should be it. And let's see what happens from Shreyas Iyer's angle.
Well, Shreyas Iyer's form has been a little bit of a worry, but I'm not too worried about it. Whenever he's batting for those 30, 20, 50 odd runs. He bats beautifully. He bats without too much pressure, and then he hits one eventually to the fielder. Um, Ideally, that's not good. But with the options that India has, I think he might be feeling himself to be on the hot seat. That's a good thing from a Rahul Dravid perspective. Now, Shubman Gill, the wonder boy of Indian cricket, the next wonder boy of Indian cricket, he was supposed to be the big star of this World Cup, and he has not done much. Is there some question mark about him? Ishan Kishan is always waiting. He can come in and hit it around the park with Rohit. There might be some question marks about that. Again, I'm not advocating dropping Shubman Gill because I think he is incredibly talented and has hit how many hundreds and 200s in the last 12 months? I don't know. Um, but yeah, those are the two aspects. Now, once Hardik Pandya comes back, he automatically fits in, right? But if there is another injury, do we have a sixth bowler option? Because going in with someone like Hardik Pandya and Jadeja and Ashwin, if they choose Ashwin, uh, as counting them on putting them to 10 overs, is that something that you want to do? We had a situation just in a match before where Kuldeep had went for what 50 odd runs in his first 5 overs, and we were looking at not having any options. Where does the balance come in? And Hardik Pandya becomes a big part of that. But what about if there's another injury?
Yeah, yeah. So injury, I think they are managing the workload to a certain degree. So it less of a concern with the injury, except for what happened with Hardik Pandya. I think it's more of a concern with who gets to bat, be the batter in the side. Is it Shreyas, is it Surya, or who else? And because India doesn't have a left-hander in the top order, Does that make an automatic selection for Ishan Kishan, just for the sake of variety and not just for the sake of form? So those are the couple of key questions that have to be answered. And But moving on to in the English has bigger worry to face right now, and there are so many reasons why they are where they are. They have been playing with the same team, Bairstow and Stokes and the captain. All of them have been playing in the ODI side for quite a few years. They did give opportunities to some youngsters, Harry Brook, Will Jacks, and Phil Salt. Will Jackson, Phil Salt were not picked in the 11 or in the squad. Harry Brooks did play well in one of those games, but he's also out today. So without the infusion of young blood in the English side, they look very wary and exhausted at the moment. And then neither of their batsmen have been clicking, which means they're out of form. So they could have used a youngster or two in order to bolster their side and then make some runs. The way forward looks pretty difficult for England. They have to get rid of some of the people who have been playing. I don't know why they even called Ben Stokes back, even though when he was retired. They need to infuse some fresh blood in their side. And before that, they have to look into the Champions Trophy selection or qualification. They have to make sure they are at least in the top eight, one way or another, and they can do that by
Aussies are not
winning the
going to give
next
them easily,
two games.
Yogesh. Aussies are not going to give them easily. Come on. We got to knock them
Yeah,
down.
but
Top seven,
whenever there
bro.
is
Top seven.
yeah, Pakistan is one of the top eight, and they might end up eight. So,
Yeah.
so they have to be in the top eight somehow, and then that's how they'll be able to make it. So that's what their the next criteria should be. And it was surprising that the coach did not know about it until today when Mike Atherton reminded about it. So they have a tough road ahead of them, but the next World Cup is just 4 years away. So they have some ground building to do. They might go back to the blackboard and look how their team is doing.
By the way, this
Ah,
podcast is not sponsored by the ECB or Mike Atherton.
no one sponsors this, but we need someone to sponsor this. And I also believe, why did they not go with a magnificent, talented guy like Brook? He's supposed to be one of their talented guys. I don't know why they didn't even go for that. So they have to build it from a Champions Trophy, and they're going to take it from there. Let's see what happens from their next three games. Well, I can say that Aussies and Pakistans are going to give them a hard time for sure. Uh, and hopefully they can come back, but doesn't look very good for if you're an English fan. But if you're an Indian fan, we have certainly booked a semi-final spot, and we are here to go. We are here to roar, and we will take you in more episodes covering India, playing all their games. Please subscribe, please share, please like, and we love you all. Thank you very
Because
much.
your subscriptions and shares will take India to the semifinals and the finals and the World Cup.
Absolutely spot on, Raul. There we go. Thank you, guys. Thank you.